I've ruined my mom's life and reputation. Story time. So for the context, my mum and dad have been married for about 43 years now. And from this, I have 6 siblings ranging from the ages of 42 to 18. And there's also my husband, and we've been together since we were 15. So when I got pregnant with my daughter, we ended up moving in with my parents. We got married shortly after my daughter was born, however, my dad's father sadly passed away just a few months after the wedding. And he had left his ranch-style house to my father. So this was a little bit complicated, but my dad decided to give us the ranch-style house, and they decided to live in the little house that my grandparents had built just next door to the ranch. They said that the ranch would be part of our inheritance, and we were completely fine with this. So let's fast forward a little bit. We now have 3 children, and I'm now pregnant with what will probably be our last child. Up until all of this story happened, I thought we had a brilliant marriage. We were always super loving to each other. We literally never fought. Went on date nights, we bought each other's gifts. Everything was literally perfect until my world came crashing down on New Year's Eve. So I literally just returned home from a trip that I'd taken with my girls. Everything seemed completely normal. That was until I walked into my bedroom and saw my mum and husband in bed together. My mum then had the absolute audacity to scream at me and tell me to get out of their bedroom. And I'm not gonna lie, that really shook me up. So unfortunately, my oldest daughter was already in the house and she was getting ready for a party. So she obviously heard everything that had gone on and ran out to see what was happening. And when she did, she saw my mum, aka her grandma, running across the landing in nothing but a bedsheet. Obviously, she was absolutely devastated, so ran to my sister's house. I started to say anything to my sister until I had got the truth from my husband. And when I did find out the truth, I found out the truth. And he told me that they'd been having an affair since before he was 18. They had been seeing each other twice a month since before we were married. So I decided to run some maths, and I was absolutely mortified because I worked out that there's a possibility that my twin brothers and youngest brothers could be my husband's children. I called my dad ASAP and told him to get to my house without my mum. I made my husband confess in front of my dad, and he was absolutely devastated, of course. I mean, they'd been childhood sweethearts, for God's sake. They dated since high school. And when he went back home to confront her, oh my god, we could hear my mum screaming. So I ended up telling my older sister everything that had happened. We decided to throw my mum a little party. And let me tell you, we invited everyone. All our extended family, all my ex's family. So halfway through the party, I asked my oldest daughter to go take all the kids down to the basement and just pop a film on, which meant it was only all the adults left in the room. And that is when I told everyone from both families what they had been doing. Most of my family are on my side. Everyone, what? It was everyone except my 2 sisters and the entirety of my ex's family. They all just said I was a massive arsehole for doing it publicly. Word actually ended up getting to my mum's church, and they actually called me to verify everything that had happened. Since then, my mum has actually been let go as a children's pastor at the church, and she's now claiming that I ruined her entire life and reputation. My dad has now actually kicked her out, and she's living with her 38-year-old sister. Dad ended up insisting on getting a DNA test for the 3 youngest children, which will be the twins and my youngest brother. And we have since found out that my twin brothers are actually my husband's biological children. Needless to say, I've kicked him out and he's currently living with his dad. Me and my dad are currently in talks about selling the ranch house and us moving into a much bigger house together. My husband is absolutely appalled that I found out he's actually got 7 children instead of 5, and that means that I'm going to take away half of his business. You see, it's all teed up quite nicely, really, because you see, in my state, all marital assets are split 50-50. But what about the ranch, I hear you say? That actually never went into mine and my husband's name, it always stayed in my dad's, so it still belongs to him.